sprint. It's a marathon. It's not about quick fixes or overnight success. It's about consistent, deliberate action taken day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year. It's about becoming the kind of person who deserves the fortune you desire. Let's begin with step number 1, develop a crystal clear vision. You see, most people wander through life without a clear destination in mind. They're like a ship without a rudder, blown about by the winds of circumstance. But not you. Not anymore. From this day forward, you're going to have a vision so clear, so compelling that it pulls you forward like a magnet. Ask yourself, what does fortune look like to you? Is it financial abundance? Is it a thriving business? Is it a life rich in experiences and relationships? Whatever it is, get specific. How much money do you want to earn? What kind of business do you want to build? What experiences do you want to have? Write it down. Make it so vivid that you can see it, feel it, taste it. This vision is going to be your North Star, guiding every decision you make from this point forward. But here's the key. Your vision must be bigger than you. It must serve a purpose beyond your own self-interest. Because when your vision is tied to serving others, to making a meaningful contribution to the world, that's when it becomes truly powerful. I remember a young man I met years ago. He came to me frustrated with his life, feeling stuck in mediocrity. I asked him, "What's your vision?" He shrugged and said, "I don't know, I guess I want to make more money." I said, "That's not a vision, that's a wish." A vision is something that gets you out of bed in the morning, excited to face the day. It's something that makes you willing to suffer, to sacrifice, to persist when others would quit. So we worked together to develop his vision. He realized that what he really wanted was to build a company that would revolutionize education, making it accessible to underprivileged children around the world. Now that was a vision. And you know what? Within 5 years, he had built a multi-million-dollar ed tech company that was changing lives across 3 continents. That's the power of a clear, compelling vision. It transforms you from a passive participant in life to an active creator of your destiny. But vision alone isn't enough. That brings us to step number 2, commit to lifelong learning. You see, the path from average to fortune is paved with knowledge. In today's rapidly changing world, what you know is your most valuable asset. The moment you stop learning is the moment you start dying. I want you to make a commitment right now. Commit to reading at least 30 minutes every single day. Commit to attending seminars and workshops in your field. Commit to surrounding yourself with people who challenge you intellectually. But here's the catch. Don't just learn for the sake of accumulating information. Learn with the intention of applying what you learn. Knowledge without action is like having a library of books you never read. Its potential unrealized. I once met a woman who was struggling in her career. She felt stuck, unable to advance. I asked her, "What have you learned in the past year that has made you more valuable to your company?" She couldn't answer. She had become complacent, coasting on what she already knew. So I challenged her to read 1 book a week related to her field, to attend 1 seminar a month, to have lunch once a week with someone she admired in her industry. Within 6 months, she had been promoted. Within a year, she had started her own consulting firm. That's the power of lifelong learning. It's not just about acquiring knowledge. It's about becoming the kind of person who can turn that knowledge into results. Now, as you're learning and growing, you're going to encounter obstacles. That's where step number 3 comes in. Develop unwavering persistence. Persistence is the great equalizer. It's what separates the successful from the average. You see, talent is overrated, hard work is underrated, and persistence is the secret weapon of the truly successful. I want you to understand something. The road from average to fortune is not a smooth, straight path. It's filled with twists and turns, ups and downs, obstacles and setbacks. There will be times when you feel like giving up. There will be times when it seems like the universe is conspiring against you. But here's the truth. The universe isn't testing you to see how much you can take. It's testing you to see how much you want it. I remember talking to a young entrepreneur who had just experienced his 3rd failed business attempt. He was ready to throw in the towel, to go back to a safe, comfortable job. I asked him, how many times are you willing to fail before you succeed? He looked at me confused. I said, because that's the question you need to answer. Are you willing to fail 10 times, 20 times, 100 times? Because if you're willing to persist through 100 failures, I guarantee you'll succeed before you reach that number. That conversation changed his perspective. He realized that each failure wasn't an end, but a stepping stone. He went back, analyzed what went wrong, learned from his mistakes, and tried again. Today, he runs a successful tech company that's changing the way we think about renewable energy. That's the power of persistence. It's not about never falling. It's about getting up one more time than you fall. But persistence alone isn't enough. You need to persist in the right direction. That's where step number 4 comes in. Set clear, measurable goals. You see, your vision is your destination. Your goals are the milestones along the way. Without clear goals, your vision remains a dream. With clear goals, it becomes a plan. I want you to break down your vision into yearly goals, monthly goals, weekly goals, and daily goals. Make them specific. Make them measurable. Make them time-bound. For example, if your vision is to build $1 million business, your yearly goal might be to reach $250,000 in revenue. Your monthly goal might be to acquire 20 new customers. Your weekly goal might be to make 50 sales calls. Your daily goal might be to spend 2 hours on prospecting. Do you see how this works? You're taking this big, audacious vision and breaking it down into manageable chunks. Suddenly, it doesn't seem so overwhelming. Suddenly, you have a roadmap to follow. But here's the key. You must review your goals regularly. Write them down and read them every single day. This keeps them front and center in your mind, guiding your actions and decisions. I once worked with a salesman who was struggling to meet his quotas. He had the skills, he had the product knowledge, but he wasn't getting results. When I asked him about his goals, he gave me vague answers. I want to sell more. I want to make more money. So we sat down and set clear, specific goals. We broke down exactly how many calls he needed to make, how many appointments he needed to set, how many proposals he needed to submit to reach his targets. We created a daily scorecard for him to track his progress. Within 3 months, he had doubled his sales. Within a year, he was the top performer in his company. Why? Because he had clarity. He knew exactly what he needed to do each day to move closer to his goals. That's the power of clear, measurable goals. They turn your vision into a step-by-step plan of action. Now, as you're working towards your goals, you're going to need resources. That brings us to step number 5, master the art of leveraging resources. You see, the journey from average to fortune isn't about doing everything yourself. It's about learning to leverage resources effectively. These resources can be time, money, skills, relationships, or technology. The average person tries to do everything themselves. The fortune builder knows how to leverage the skills and resources of others. I want you to start thinking like this. For every task you do, ask yourself, is this the highest and best use of my time? Is there someone who could do this better or faster than me? Is there a tool or technology that could automate this process? This isn't about being lazy. It's about being strategic. It's about focusing your energy on the tasks that truly move the needle, that truly create value. I remember talking to a small business owner who was working 80 hours a week, barely keeping his head above water. He was doing everything, from answering phones to managing the books to handling deliveries. He was busy, but he wasn't productive. I challenged him to list out all the tasks he was doing and assign a dollar value to each one. Then we looked at which tasks could be outsourced or automated for less than that dollar value. Within 6 months, he had hired a virtual assistant, implemented an automated booking system, and outsourced his bookkeeping. His work week dropped to 40 hours and his profits doubled. That's the power of leveraging resources. It's not about working harder. It's about working smarter. But as you're leveraging resources and working towards your goals, you're going to face challenges. That's where step number 6 comes in. Develop a positive mental attitude. Your attitude determines your altitude. It's not just a catchy phrase. It's a fundamental truth of success. The journey from average to fortune is as much a mental game as it is a physical one. I want you to understand something. Life doesn't happen to you. It happens for you. Every setback, every obstacle, every failure is an opportunity for growth, for learning, for becoming better. The average person sees problems and complains. The fortune builder sees problems and looks for solutions. The average person sees change and resists. The fortune builder sees change and acts. Developing a positive mental attitude doesn't mean ignoring reality. It means interpreting reality in a way that empowers you rather than defeats you. I remember working with a woman who had just lost her job. She was devastated, angry, feeling like a victim. I asked her, "What's good about this situation?" She looked at me like I was crazy. But I persisted. There must be something good. What is it? Reluctantly, she started to think. She realized that she had been unhappy in her job for years but had been too afraid to leave. This forced her out of her comfort zone. It gave her the opportunity to pursue her passion for photography, something she had always dreamed of doing. 2 years later, she had built a thriving photography business, making more money and finding more fulfillment than she ever had in her corporate job. That's the power of a positive mental attitude. It turns obstacles into opportunities. It turns setbacks into setups for comebacks. Now, as we reach our final step, I want you to understand something. The previous 6 steps, developing a clear vision, committing to lifelong learning, cultivating persistence, setting clear goals, leveraging resources, and maintaining a positive attitude, they're all leading to this. Step number 7, take massive, consistent action. You see, knowledge without action is useless. Goals without action are just dreams. A positive attitude without action is delusion. The difference between average and fortune isn't just about what you know or what you believe. It's about what you do consistently, day in and day out. I want you to commit right now to taking massive action towards your goals every single day. Not when you feel like it, not when it's convenient, every single day. This doesn't mean you have to work 24/7. It means that every day you do something, even if it's small, that moves you closer to your goals. If your goal is to build a business, make one sales call. If your goal is to write a book, write 1 page. If your goal is to get in shape, do 1 push-up. The key is consistency. You see, success isn't about making 1 big decision. It's about making 1,000 small decisions consistently over time. I once worked with a man who dreamed of running a marathon. He was overweight, out of shape, and had never run more than a mile in his life. But he committed to taking action every single day. He started by walking for 10 minutes a day, then 15, then 20. He gradually introduced short bursts of jogging. Over time, those short bursts became longer runs. It wasn't easy. There were days when he didn't feel like it, days when the weather was bad, days when work was stressful, but he stuck to his commitment. Every single day he took action. 1 year later, he crossed the finish line of his first marathon. But here's the thing, the real victory wasn't crossing that finish line. The real victory was in the person he had become through the process. The discipline, the perseverance, the mental toughness he had developed. Those were the real rewards. That's the power of massive, consistent action. It not only moves you towards your goals, it transforms you in the process. Now, let's bring all of this together. The 7 steps we've discussed, developing a clear vision, committing to lifelong learning, cultivating persistence, setting clear goals, leveraging resources, maintaining a positive attitude, and taking massive action. They're not separate strategies. They're interconnected parts of a holistic approach to success. Your vision drives your learning. Your learning informs your goals. Your goals direct your actions. Your positive attitude fuels your persistence. Your persistence helps you overcome obstacles. And your ability to leverage resources multiplies the effect of your actions. But here's the most important thing I want you to understand. This journey from average to fortune isn't just about acquiring wealth or achieving goals. It's about becoming the kind of person who is capable of creating and maintaining fortune. You see, true fortune isn't just about what you have. It's about who you become in the process of acquiring it. The average person focuses on the destination. The fortune builder focuses on the journey. The average person wants to have more. The fortune builder focuses on becoming more. As you apply these 7 steps, you're going to face challenges, you're going to face setbacks. There will be days when you question whether it's worth it, days when you're tempted to settle for average. In those moments, I want you to remember this: the pain of discipline is far less than the pain of regret. The temporary discomfort of growth is nothing compared to the lasting ache of unfulfilled potential. You have greatness within you. You have the capacity to create extraordinary results in your life. But that greatness, that capacity, it doesn't just manifest on its own. It needs to be cultivated, nurtured, developed through consistent effort and deliberate practice. The journey from average to fortune is not for the faint of heart. It's not for those who want instant gratification or overnight success. It's for those who are willing to play the long game. For those who understand that true success is not about luck or talent, but about consistent effort applied over time. As you leave here today, I want you to make a decision to no longer settle for average, a decision to commit fully to your own growth and development, a decision to take control of your life and create the fortune you desire and deserve. Remember, fortune favors the bold. It favors those who are willing to step out of their comfort zone, to challenge themselves, to persist in the face of adversity. You have the blueprint now. You have the 7 steps. But knowledge alone is not power. Knowledge plus action is power. So I challenge you, take what you've learned here today and put it into action. Start now, start where you are. Use what you have. Do what you can. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Your journey from average to fortune begins right here, right now, with the decision to take that first step. Years from now, you'll look back on this moment as a turning point in your life. The moment when you decided to stop settling for less than you're capable of. The moment when you committed to creating a life of true abundance and fulfillment. The road ahead won't always be easy. There will be obstacles. There will be setbacks. There will be moments of doubt. But remember this: on the other side of your greatest challenges lie your greatest opportunities. On the other side of your deepest fears lie your greatest achievements. So embrace the challenges, welcome the obstacles. They're not there to stop you. They're there to test you, to strengthen you, to prepare you for the level of success you're pursuing. As you move forward applying these 7 steps, I want you to keep this in mind. Success is not something you pursue. Success is something you attract by the person you become. So focus on becoming the kind of person who deserves the fortune you desire. Develop the discipline of a world-class athlete. Cultivate the creativity of an innovative entrepreneur. Nurture the compassion of a humanitarian. Hone the strategic thinking of a chess grandmaster. Embody the resilience of a seasoned warrior. These qualities, discipline, creativity, compassion, strategic thinking, resilience, they're not innate traits that some people have and others don't. They're skills that can be developed, habits that can be cultivated, mindsets that can be adopted. And as you develop these qualities, as you apply these 7 steps consistently, day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year, you'll find that your life begins to transform in ways you never thought possible. You'll start to see opportunities where others see obstacles. You'll find solutions where others see only problems. You'll create value where others see nothing but challenges. And bit by bit, step by step, day by day, you'll move from average to extraordinary. From ordinary to outstanding, from mediocrity to mastery. But remember, this journey isn't just about reaching a destination. It's about who you become along the way. It's about the habits you develop, the skills you acquire, the mindset you cultivate. As you apply these 7 steps, developing a clear vision, committing to lifelong learning, cultivating persistence, setting clear goals, leveraging resources, maintaining a positive attitude, and taking massive action, you'll find that you're not just changing your circumstances, you're changing yourself. You're becoming more disciplined, more focused, more resilient. You're developing a deeper understanding of yourself and the world around you. You're expanding your capacity to create, to innovate, to lead. And here's the beautiful thing. As you grow, as you develop, as you expand your capacity, your definition of fortune will likely change too. What seemed like a fortune when you started this journey might seem small in comparison to what you now know you're capable of achieving. That's the power of personal growth. It doesn't just change your external circumstances. It changes your internal landscape. It expands your vision of what's possible. So as you move forward from here, I want you to remember this. The journey from average to fortune is not a straight line. It's not a smooth, steady climb. It's a series of plateaus punctuated by breakthroughs. There will be times when you feel like you're not making progress, when you feel stuck on a plateau. In those moments, don't get discouraged. Don't give up. Those plateaus are where you're building strength, developing resilience, honing your skills. And then often when you least expect it, you'll experience a breakthrough. You'll suddenly find yourself at a new level, seeing the world from a higher vantage point, operating with greater effectiveness and impact. But here's the key: those breakthroughs don't happen by chance. They happen because of the consistent effort you put in during those plateau periods. They happen because you kept learning, kept growing, kept taking action even when you couldn't see immediate results. That's why mastering these 7 steps is so crucial. They provide the framework, the foundation for consistent growth and progress. They keep you moving forward even when you can't see the immediate payoff. Now, as we near the end of our time together, I want to address something important. Some of you might be thinking, this all sounds great, but is it really possible for me? Can I really go from average to fortune? And to that, I say absolutely, unequivocally, without a doubt. But here's the catch: it's possible, but it's not easy. It's possible, but it requires commitment. It's possible, but it demands persistence. You see, the path from average to fortune isn't reserved for a select few. It's available to anyone willing to pay the price. And the price is this: consistent effort, continuous learning, unwavering commitment to your vision and your goals. The question isn't whether it's possible. The question is, are you willing to do what it takes? Are you willing to get up an hour earlier to work on your goals? Are you willing to invest in your education instead of buying the latest gadget? Are you willing to face your fears and step out of your comfort zone? Are you willing to persist when others quit? To keep learning when others think they know enough? To take action when others are making excuses? If your answer is yes, then I can tell you with absolute certainty, you can go from average to fortune. You can create the life you desire and deserve. But it starts with a decision to no longer settle for average, a decision to commit fully to your own growth and development, a decision to take control of your life and create the fortune you desire. That decision, that commitment, is the first step on your journey from average to fortune. And it's a decision only you can make. So as we conclude our time together, I want to leave you with this final thought. Your life right now is the result of your past thoughts, decisions, and actions. Your future life will be the result of your current thoughts, decisions, and actions. If you want a different future, you need to think different thoughts, make different decisions, take different actions. The 7 steps we've discussed today provide the framework for those new thoughts, decisions, and actions. They provide the roadmap for your journey from average to fortune. But a roadmap is useless unless you decide to take the journey, unless you decide to take that first step. And then the next, and the next after that. So I challenge you to take that first step today, right now. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait until you feel ready. Because the truth is, you'll never feel completely ready for big changes. Start with your vision. Take some time today to think deeply about what you truly want in life. Write it down. Make it vivid and compelling. Then commit to learning something new every day. Pick up a book. Listen to a podcast. Have a conversation with someone you admire. Set a clear, measurable goal for this week. Something specific that moves you closer to your vision. Look for one way you can leverage your resources more effectively. Is there a task you can delegate? A process you can automate? Practice maintaining a positive attitude, especially in the face of challenges. Look for the opportunity in every difficulty. And most importantly, take action. Do one thing today, no matter how small, that moves you closer to your goals. Remember, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Your journey from average to fortune begins right here, right now, with the decision to take that first step. You have the potential for greatness within you. You have the capacity to create extraordinary results in your life. But that potential, that capacity, it doesn't just manifest on its own. It needs to be cultivated, nurtured, developed through consistent effort and deliberate practice. The 7 steps we've discussed today provide the framework for that cultivation, that development. They provide the blueprint for transforming your life from average to extraordinary. But the blueprint alone isn't enough. You need to act on it. You need to apply it. You need to live it day in and day out. And as you do, as you consistently apply these principles in your life, you'll find that you're not just changing your circumstances. You're changing yourself. You're becoming the kind of person who naturally attracts success, who naturally creates fortune. Because ultimately, that's what this journey is all about. It's not just about acquiring wealth or achieving goals. It's about becoming the best version of yourself. It's about fulfilling your potential and making your unique contribution to the world. That's the true fortune. That's the real treasure at the end of this journey. So go forth from here with confidence. Go forth with determination. Go forth with the knowledge that you have within you. Everything you need to create the life you desire. The path from average to fortune lies before you. The choice to walk that path is yours. Choose wisely. Choose courageously. Choose today to begin your journey from average to fortune. Thank you.